It appears that Meghan Markle is on the warpath once again, but what is it about this time? And as ever, why? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. I hope you're keeping well. And right behind me is a very special place in Westminster, really. It's the Maritime Centre. This is an amazing building. In fact, anything to do with seagoing or anything like that, all happens from here. I tell you what I noticed as well. It's funny how things move around through history. When you go down to the bottom of Whitehall, which I will show you actually one day, basically the Maritime Centre used to be all down there. And when I say that, those were the big buildings of the huge companies like Cunard, White Star, you know, all those big names that people went cruising with. Well, that was where it all really happened. Now, as ever in the modern world, it's moved over to here, but nonetheless still a very fascinating building to boot. Now, as you know, here on the show, we like to tell you all the latest breaking news from some of your favourite royals. Cast your mind back to March of this year, when Meghan Markle basically was accused people of certain things, including racism, the fact that she had a passport taken away. We don't need to go into all of that, you know what I'm talking about. What's interesting though, as I always say here on the show, moving forward, is now some of the truths are coming to light. And here's one in particular that's really set Meghan off. Now, according to a very good source, the reason why Miss Markle was furious is this. Now, here's where it gets really confusing, because according to a very good source, after those revelations from Meghan and Harry opposite Oprah Winfrey in that rather charming setting of some sort of back patio garden, it appears that Meghan herself, alongside Harry, we must point out, felt that senior members of the British royals would reach out to them. Well, many months on, nothing. And this hasn't gone down too well, as you can imagine. Now, quite what the senior royals are supposed to reach out and apologise, or basically say, you know, we understand your pain, perhaps genetic pain, who knows, too, is a little bit unsure. But as we do know, Harry and Meghan were very vocal from their end about how they were treated. Well, particularly Meghan herself was treated once she joined the British royal family. Now, what I find fascinating is the fact that the ongoing investigations are still very much ongoing. And as ever here on the show, we like to dispel some of the myths. One of the myths that's actually come up is, do you remember when Meghan said that she didn't leave the house for months? Well, there were paparazzi shots of Miss Markle, and we're quoting here, leaving Kensington Palace and meeting pals for dinner in Notting Hill. That's a very posh area of London. Now, apparently the reason why these pictures were not published is basically it's a code between the tabloid newspapers and the British royal family. They felt that this was intrusive, you know, getting in somebody's space, that type of thing. But they do exist, and we have to say here, as always, allegedly. So if she didn't leave the house for months, what did she call meeting friends for lunch or dinner in Notting Hill all about? Again, very confusing, not taking sides here, but the bottom line is you've got to be very careful what you say, particularly on tape to a worldwide audience. As for the apologies, well, as I say, the investigations are ongoing, and it could be some time before both Harry and Meghan hear from any senior members of the British royal family. And I guess when they do, they'll want explanations more than apologies. Neil Shaw in the heart of London.